Or just take the separate URL that you get for your PNG.
That involves me standing up again. No.
I see.
I'm comfortable at my therapist's place while we
Therapist? What?
Okay.
I have a therapist. Like, I have a therapist.
I've had many a naps in that chase.
I've eaten so
I
many
don't want to
crumbs
know
of
what
that chase.
I don't want to know what has happened on that chase.
Funny enough, we never fought.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's
That
not
just
big
sounds
enough.
like a goal for the future.
It just sounds like a goal.
Hey, brown chicken, brown cow.
Honest,
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Yeah. It's got enough padding for one person to nap, but it's not big enough for two people.
I'm huge. Anyways.
No, Matt, you're not huge. You're fun sized, anyways.
I bet you are.
God, Jesus
Hey-o.
Christ, Jake! Oh my God!
What did he say?
What did
I'm
he going to be honest.
I had to. I had
What
to.
did he
Jake,
say?
Jake,
He
repeat
said
yourself,
what none
please.
of us were brave enough to say. Thank you.
He went, I went,
Jake.
I'm huge, and he went, I bet you are. And I'm like, oh. Alright, pause
Yeah.
pause
Never let him know your next move.
Pause June, is this true? No.
Yeah. I've
No.
sustained many an injury.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
It's okay.
Never let him know your next move.
Never let him know. I was so flabbergasted. I like sat up. I was like, what the fuck? I got that on video, by the way. I have it recorded.
You have
You will find I'm full of surprises.
Oh, you're recording us? Not cool, man.
Yeah, I've already started the recording the moment that I stood up, so everything you said.
I bet you have.
Ramy's gonna edit so much of this king video.
Anyways.
Watch him forget, and it gets on Twitch, and Twitch is like, "Hey, you're banned."
You're banned.
You're banned for talking about sex. No. Honestly,
You're
I know
banned.
the
You're
kind of
banned
shit
for
I would
mentioning it. You're
I know the
banned
kind
for
of
one of
shit
your
I would
members
need
being
to edit
gay.
out of the video. This is not it.
Okay, I know what to edit out. I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, skip to rock the boat and make a mess, yada yada yada.
What?
Okay.
Stop.
Note to self. Edit video. Kill Lynn.
Edit video, comma, kill Lynn. Parentheses.
Not necessarily in that order.
Get up.
You knocked me down, but I got up.
Right. Okay,
Get ready, cause I'm at.
By knife, by time of next Amsterdam trip.
Yay. Note to
hear that,
self.
Lynn? You get
Buy
Open up your
chainmail.
hate and they're flowing to me.
Okay, Lynn, if you wear high heels that are high enough, you'll be taller than Remy.
Well, honestly,
that's
true.
No,
she
that
won't.
is,
That's
maybe
you're talking
with a ladder.
You're talking platform shoes, man.
Well, the thing is though, like with knife violence being so like high up in countries, it'd be really funny that chainmail purchases would probably still be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Hey Pepe, could your uncle like make me some chainmail?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I can.
Before we get into the injuries,
do
stabbing each other
Nice.
in London wearing chainmail just for the fuck of it.
getting civvy, bro.
A little bit of chivy
Guys,
here and there.
Next time we're in Amsterdam, you want to play London together?
It's a bit pointy,
London.
innit?
I'm
It's
getting
a bit
distinct
pointy,
flashbacks
innit?
of getting spanked by Jack the Ripper. Anyway.
Okay, focus.
You the Ripper.
Alright, before we start ripping anything, let's go ahead and rip this session off. Let it rip.
Rip ass.
Beyblade.
Anyway, we run a Beyblade.
I was about to say, you're several days too late to that.
Next year.
Next year, that'll be my.
Yes.
Regardless of that, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Let's go. All right,
Julian Bastian. I don't know his middle name.
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
This do alive.
We all here.
Alright.
Bist du am Leben? Yes, I am.
Very good.
Ik ben nibbel.
Last.
Mein Leben.
I'll kill you all. Last session.
You're really starting to feel my pain here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last session, before the brain worms set in, you all successfully not only located and freed them from their captivity, aware of an underground base by a doctor. About the doctor. Much time to stop Millie, the Lemon Kids in general, from storming off in finding their third, Thomas. I'm sorry, it was Billy.
Thomas
Yeah.
stabbed me.
Yeah, Tom stabbed you. Billy tried to stab you.
And Billy is not here.
And
Billy's in a
not
cage.
here.
Probably in a cage.
Yeah, probably.
We don't know
Well,
all those things are.
however, discover in the primary that it was as not only running most and keep tabs on the prisoner, that also showed a couple of people had it all white room, some wearing gowns, and you also saw who was sitting there not in robes or rather a hospital, but instead, well, sitting there scared. Billy
No, was he
stormed off.
naked?
Not naked. He had clothes on. Wasn't in the
Oh,
towel
okay.
like the.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, you all headed out that way to try and rendezvous with the rest of the team. The rest of the team tonight was kind of handling them. I say kind of, but I don't think anyone really got all that hurt. Looking back on it, I think the one who got hurt the most was Isaac, and admittedly, most of that was willing damage that he took. But using the Destiny dice to escape, and nobody making dodge the yanked most of the front gates on top of you, dealing a little bit of damage, crushing you mostly, and that is exactly what he did, hitting on you, assaulting you, demanding he be back, taking his angrily, and fucking off. That is actually where we left off, with inner group outside, Viljean arriving on the scene, van, still worse for wear, admittedly. Lack of a better term, he looks like shit. And Isaac, Primrose, and Valen crushed by debris, but otherwise okay. I think. Isaac, how are you looking, buddy? Because you got hurt.
Well, all things considered, I'm doing fine. Isaac definitely has lost his clothes. What remained of his shirt and leather jacket after his stunt on the highway with the mech and the cannon was now very much shredded and torn apart. So now his bare torso and back are exposed, revealing multiple lacerations, bleeding all over. So he's like basically covered in blood.
Is it Bear?
But he doesn't show any signs of exhaustion or pain. He's standing tall and proud, in fact.
I was actually aren't you crushed by debris?
Well, yeah, but this is probably assuming that he's climbed out of the debris.
Oh, because I was gonna say Valjean was gonna start sealing away parts of the debris and hoping to help the others get out of it.
I mean, we can just say that I'm in the process of strongmanning debris away while John is removing some of it as well.
Yeah.
I choose the balloon.
I choose the balloon. Oh
Do
my
you
God.
balloon like the frog in the first Shrek movie?
What I mean by that is I partially monsterized to gain size.
I'm not gonna make
Oh.
Yes, I'm probably for-
I'm not gonna make you sit here and fucking get out. You after the fight is over, and with Voljean's help and your own personal might, you're able to get out of the debris. The worst of it, honestly, on Valen is made of goop, so that is not too much of a problem. By the time you guys dig yourselves out and the dust has settled by this point, you're able to yanked the fence. That bad. On top of the fence, he yanked concrete pillars that were holding up the watchtowers, and then he yanked both of the armored vehicles on top of you all. So frankly, you guys got it pretty okay considering most of the things are concrete. It still sucks for people not wearing metal or made of. Isaac walked it off.
Hey, Fray.
That was up.
I can steal large-sized objects.
Yes.
I'm stealing the armored vehicle.
Oh.
No, that's fair.
You
I
did need a new van.
didn't need a new van. That's true. Well, this one's okay for the most part, aside from some and Lance Gash.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
hey, by
But
all
also,
means.
wait. Hey, Frey, you also mentioned a few sessions ago that there's a tank here as well.
The AP thing that is bigger than large size. Yes.
Hey, I can take pieces away. I can always make it not useful.
That is true. It is currently flipped upside down because of your little stunt with the explosion. But the fight would have basically come to an end by the time that inside the observatory had made their way out. You probably would have seen the last vestiges of it as you were all coming out. You would have seen the knight flying off and the debris settled on top of your comrades. Though at that point they're probably already still moving, though they're not dead, thankfully.
Immediately as Primrose gets out of the debris, she's gonna look around and go, "Where is he? Where the fuck did he go? I'll kill him!" And she's gonna start like running around looking for him, looking out the street, like on either side, seeing if she can find him, looking up in the air.
I'm very afraid he ran away.
With his limbs intact?
I took a huge chunk of his back out.
Good. He called Valen a monster.
Eh.
Well, yes, but it was
I-
not meant.
I twitch.
Silent contrarian.
That's a
Anyways.
conscience. Anyways, yeah. the knight at this Primrose searching around has got out of and vowing to come back.
Viljon, what about the prisoners? Do you know anything about them?
No, I blew up that, and I'm gonna point it over to the ashes of the armory. But I did steal quite a few goodies, and he takes out a gun out of his little realm, and then he twirls it around, and then he throws it back in.
I see. I hope with that explosion the prisoners are okay. Should we go in and look for them or stay out here? Actually, you know what? Primrose is gonna pull out her phone and she's gonna call. She's gonna call Doku.
Might not have to call. They are literally right across the heart. Like as you finish looking around and go to pull out your phone, they're like right. They were coming out of the observatory as the fight concluded.
So Prim's gonna run over to them. You made it. Did you get everyone out?
Not out yet. They might. We had them stay there until we know we had a secured way out. Is the knight dead or?
He's alive.
Escaped, unfortunately.
Unfortunate, but we'll take it as a win as far as we can. We got people inside, including apparently some acquaintances of yours. A couple of kids.
Oh?
They said their brother is being kept in a basement not far from here.
Oh, it's
as well
the
as a few
robot.
other people.
Yeah, that's right. Millie actually came.
Right,
Oh, it's the robot woman.
Hello, Millie.
There.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's good to be alive.
Dim jabs a thumb towards the girl. She insists she come along, and Long story short, there's a doctor here who's part of this compound who's been experimenting on the patients, and we know where the basement they were being experimented on is, and we know where they're being kept.
I'm not sure what kind of
Oh.
experience specifically, but they are happening.
This is Iris. It's
Oh,
nothing
sorry.
good.
Yeah.
No, that's Dim responding. He's like,
Yeah.
we're in Iris. Whatever experiments they're doing on a bunch of helpless prisoners, probably not good.
No, not at all. We should get to them
Mm.
as soon as possible. Although, given our situation, I don't know if maybe we should bring everyone who we got out of here back to safety, rest, and then leave for the prisoners in the other location.
Mm.
I will
I'm
say from what
curious.
we've heard so far, it seems like they took one took one person at a time.
Yeah, it wasn't too often
So,
either.
I
I'm
see.
curious.
So there may not be many in the other location, is what you're getting at?
Well, there was a observation post camera system inside the place, and from what it looked like, there was maybe 2, 3 people, including this Billy kid, being kept.
From what we can tell, anyways.
As far as we can tell, there was also a few of the cameras that didn't seem to be operational.
I see.
I mean, we could go through each room, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like time is of the essence if we want to save these people.
I'm not going to be
Yeah,
waiting around
absolutely.
much longer. We need to go.
I agree.
Yeah,
Agreed.
let's go.
So yeah, Dim is going to start marching in the direction that we know the basement to be in.
Down we go.
As a quick, the campus of had 3 left, 1 to the right. The armory was the rightmost. Again, clearly they weren't the primary thing, and while the rightmost quite literally grounds the left, the maintenance, and way over the metal door, not locked. In fact, it's rusted over time, and while the door wasn't opening to find yourself what almost yet another example of a supply closet, or rather sitting around a workbench thing, but ladder. Above it, warning, watch your head, access.
Okay.
How many prisoners do we have with us?
None of them
With
came.
us?
Millie is
Besides
technically
Millie?
one. That'd be Millie.
Yeah. Besides Millie, we didn't take any with us.
Oh, but so then are they technically free, or?
Well, they're free of their bonds. They're currently releasing each other, but they're back in the observatory.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't want to bring them with us into a potential combat zone.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Yeah. Once we have a clear route which we can get them out through, that's when I feel more secure telling them to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't need a.
Me, Isaac will lead the
Oh
charge.
yeah. Speaking of which,
You're injured. Are you sure that's a good idea?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be looking at Valjean and Isaac and saying, "Man, like father, like son, both of you." And
That's it.
I just blew up. It
and
was
then
pretty
taking.
fun.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. By the way, we left you alone for 5 minutes, and you blew yourself and the entire.
And I
building.
stole half of their armory.
And you blew yourself up. You talk
And
about
I
it later.
blew up. And I
Furling
blew up.
imbecile.
And I blew up 15
There
of
is-
them. I feel like
While
Going to
while they
avoid
argue,
lecturing you on the sanctity of your own life. Right now, he yanks out 2 pink flower pods, 2 flower buds, brings them up above both your heads, and then squishes them in his fists to douse you both in healing nectar.
Only
No,
if you argue, I take the lead.
Well, there you go.
I'll go behind Valen
So-
and turn on a little suit flashlight.
While they're heading down, I'm gonna basically just be funneling stamina into trying to like top up these guys' health.
I mean, you probably wouldn't have much time, but I could say you probably get.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case,
About how much
yeah,
time would
I'll
you
be-
say has passed between us leaving the battlefield and that?
Literally, not even 5. I would say like 5 minutes. You guys got out of the rubble. You guys sauntered on down, and then.
Yeah, I got half. I got more than half. It's fine.
Let's see.
That also reminds me. Really, upon Isaac, smile, wave, and then see much more focused on getting the fuck to her brother down as well.
William
So,
will go down.
Isaac
blame her.
and Valjean, you both healed 24.
Thank God.
Yay, I am
I'm
healthy.
just gonna add random HP amounts every now and then.
That's fair.
I'm above 100
I'm-
HP again. Let's go.
I heal 1
Oh.
HP whenever a turn is, so you know.
That's
Just gonna. No, I'll give myself 10. 10 more. That sounds fine.
Oh, yeah, I thought Isaac was more injured than that. Damn, Primrose
Isaac
is
got-
doing worse off than him.
Isaac got
Can you take like
fucked
80
up.
damage?
I was at 90 out of 100. I was at 90 out of 150 HP.
Oh, I'm at
Oh.
92 out of 170.
I was at,
Damn, you
I
got
was
Man,
fucked.
y'all fucking beefy.
I was at
I got fucked up.
275. And what-
2-1-1. 2-1-1.
Yeah, Valen has
Brr.
211 health.
44.
Right, there we go. Anyways,
But still, take it kindly. For the patch up.
Very welcome. You guys, you did a hell of a job. Whatever the hell knight you faced. This one over here, though buying us quite a bit of time and sabotaging the guards' ability to arm themselves, could do with a little bit of a lesson in workplace safety.
I won, that's all that matters.
Sometimes
Yes, but that almost cost you a lot more.
I could regenerate it.
I
Can't regenerate
I
if
used
you're
to serve
dead, you
alongside
know.
people just like you, and they
Gentlemen?
infuriated me too.
We have a ladder to get down to.
Billy is already climbing. Like,
Valen's
the
already
first-
climbing.
Liam is
Val is already
climbing.
responding as they're climbing down.
They're climbing
The-
down, arguing
The
on the
children are taking the charge. Come on now.
ladder.
I took the opportunity while we were waiting for people to make their way down. But you're right. Yeah.
More pep in your step and a little health. You all down, Val and Isaac. I'm coming. Billy right in toe. And kind of jumped basically towards.
3 HP.
Realize first and foremost that this place needed, but only with emergency lights. There were more lights in at one point. Admittedly, they weren't together very well. The place was kind of refurbished a bit, but whatever power might have been going absolutely stabilized them while Jean blew them to hell, and thus now it's really working as the backup generator. Dank smell of that nasty wet air. We're in a cramped, narrow hall. Not really even enough room to stand comfortably side by side. You could make it work, but tight. And
Shut up.
You child. You child.
We were all thinking it.
we're all thinking. Anyways, assuming what everybody's their minds about right now, the one thing you do all is silent hopping echoed through very where it is.
I've got my hand on my Alsar katana, just in case.
Keep your eyes
I will
open
train
for
in the way
any.
of the blade.
Keep your eyes open for anything.
Mhm.
This leads to the question. Now I know that Valen has come down first. Valen, Isaac, are you guys going down this hall?
Yes.
Said. Then Valen.
Perception. That's a 1d10 plus 2, and then I have a 3. That's 5. So 1d10 plus 5. Gotta find the rolling channel. There it is. 10 plus 5. Oh, that exploded, so that's
Okay.
awkward.
Good start. Good
That is
start.
that is very awkward. So
Roll it again.
yeah, wasn't expecting that. Is it just a D10 now, or do I still do the plus 5?
No, so the plus 5 is added on at the very end. So, just
Okay, so that was a 14 plus 19.
not fuck. I'd consider more than right.
Don't worry about it.
The winding path of this relatively straightforward. A large complex. It's not a labyrinth. Really only leads to a couple places. Depth. It's just a hallway. But as you get out, in fact, something's there's a moment draw close. Alan cacophony.
There's a moment of what?
It was fine for me.
I heard it.
Fine for me.
Well, to reiterate, for a moment, pause, and sounds as though cacophony of shouting, and they're not sound like there's now. Maybe it's your own imagination. You only saw three.
Oh, I continue down.
As you inevitable small little opening, nothing too crazy. Path diverges up. In this room there are directions. One seems off observatory, other armory. Groaning, moaning, coming closer. Enter this now everyone. Multi ale. Very plush. Own hurried foot. Sauntering down the hallway, sword in hand, quickened step, rather lithe. Doesn't strike you as necessarily intimidating. Probably stands at about 5'7", not very tall, wearing a relative white coat, glasses at his parts, tied back, brown, his tied back black hair, messy, and as he walks, he seems muttering, doesn't even notice you all there. As he approaches,
Does he look familiar at all?
faint, but certainly recognize, and wouldn't seem to recognize you either as
5
he
HP.
stops just over the boundary line of the and goes, oh no. No, and he turns and immediately starts bolting down.
I dash
yeah,
forward and try to
I-
catch up to him, put him to
I
the ground.
I
cast my
levitate after
sticky
him.
hand.
One,
I
one
levitate
second.
after him.
Levitate? What? That's
Levitate.
cheating. I'm supposed to be the fastest.
That is true.
I cast my range grapple.
This is
All of
cheating.
these would happen, but I'd like you all to decide on a course of action. You want Valen to grab this running scared scientist? Do you want Primrose to run and tackle him as the highest move? What's the goal here? Let's decide as a group before we all go. I'm
Well, what's the range on Valen's grapple?
medium, and I would say that
Oh,
he.
it's the same as my movement.
Yeah, exactly. So much hand in hand there. It's just up to how you would like to do it. You want to risk guy with Valen's grapple because attack, or do you grappling him down from? Okay.
Like, what we could do is Liam could try and like levitate ahead to try and cut him off, and as he's doing that,
With two
Primrose.
movements.
Hang on.
I also then does have a method by which you could snare him.
I have shorts. My speed is short.
He is currently medium distance from us.
Yes.
Or not currently medium, but he's very quickly approaching, if not already at medium.
Okay.
Get into as you guys walked into the walking at the other side. This place is a man right at the end. So if he gets away, he's.
Yeah. We could have both Valen and Prim do their thing where Prim darts forward and Valen goes with her grapple, and if one of them fails, we have the other one.
Alright.
Yeah,
I mean,
two
I'm gonna be
chances.
100% honest. Val's gonna do it either which way.
Yeah.
Well, here's how we'll. I think. I'll have you both roll an initiative. Just not a combat encounter, but acts first, and then we can play it from there.
Initiative, short speeds +5, right?
5, and it goes up by 5 for every or add.
Roll 1.
Oh wait, initiative is not technique. It's speed based.
Yes, so
11.
I got 14.
Yeah, it should be me.
what'd you get?
I got a 1. I got 11. Valen got a 14.
Alright, Val. Your arms go out. And Prim bolts right behind them, basically. Arm snakes around her. And go ahead. I highly doubt. What's your save on this? Your strength save?
I think it was I think it's a 10. Hold on.
Okay, so
Yes, 10.
there is a very low chance that he can make it. I'm going to give the poor man a chance. Okay, no, an 8. An even. Yeah, no.
He dies immediately.
He just dies.
He has 9 damage. Gonna kill someone. It'll be fine.
about that? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no. He
Yes, I'm sure about this. I've noticed a
Imagine.
certain trend.
That's fair.
And
Notice a certain most people. But either way, um hitting the ground hard. Oh! And with Valen's arm now bound around him and he clatters to the floor, Primrose, you rush up beside him as he around, squirming, trying to get out. Just let me go! Ugh!
As he's grappled by Valen's arms and Primrose catches up, she'll point Alsar's katana to his throat and say, "You scream one word and I will rip your throat straight out of your neck. Explain to
I'm
me,
s-
what is this place?"
I'm slowly walking forwards.
The research facility, you terrorists!
Quieter. Researching what exactly? Experimenting on hopeless civilians, are you?
Would like to call them hopeless, then yes, I suppose. At least
I
they
meant to say
were
help.
before I started helping them.
What do you
Liam
mean
coming
by
forward.
helping? What is helping in your eyes? Because I can
Helping!
guarantee help. With what?
They are suffering. I'm doing everything in my damn power to try and help them here.
How are they suffering?
Yes, please enlighten us.
Trustworthy. Let me go. I can show you if you really care. Just here to
I d-
execute these patients along with me, that I don't see what the point is.
We're here to free them from these malicious experiments. If you'll allow us, we will keep you grappled in my dear friend's arms here as you give us a little tour of the place. Again, if you do anything to ask for help, I will tear your head off.
That my emergency communicator isn't working down here, and it seems as though I've been abandoned. I highly doubt that. Fine. Parade a dead man around his last... whatever. Come on.
I lift him and put him on his feet.
Keep my katana on him. Not touching, obviously, just ready.
Kinda doesn't seem to hesitate as he makes his way through the corridors. He moves his way rather solemnly, actually, as distance louder, and eventually, while approach what is a light, and he goes, "So, what's the point of this? Just gonna kill me, and then everything else, or you? Is that your brand of freedom that you like to talk about?"
Point is to see what's going on down here.
Sure, I know.
Yeah, we know your
Before we-
kind too. I'm guaranteed that the screaming we're hearing is your doing.
Before we do any more moral grandstanding and we start making more presumptions of each other, because it seems like you're both just talking past each other. Doctor, what were you doing here?
Medical doctor.
I know that. What were you doing?
Stabilize. Since that trauma, massive explosion.
You're talking about the Tower virus.
Yes. Manifest madness. Call it.
You're talking about manifestations.
No, no. Listen. At that point, he'll stop walking, and he'll kind of like and turn around as best he can. My name.
As far as he's able to, I'm not like holding him, constricting any of his movements, but I'm not letting them go.
That's fair. That's fair. So he just kind of turns and looks at the rest of you. My name is Orson. Now listen, I
Orson. Does that name ring a
That
bell?
name is very familiar.
It does it?
the last name would
Kind of.
specifically party as Torson, Alan's last name. Alan
Right, I thought so.
Alan B. heir to the noble household that since then defunct.
Torsen, from the Torsen household.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure you've heard all the news about my brother and his escapades, terrorists and everything, and I'm just trying to do right by this. There are some people, clearly like yourselves, manifestations very particular about their hosts. Well, sadly, doesn't always jive with people, for lack of a better term. Doesn't always fit right. Can't meld properly. We still don't know enough about wave of magic. We don't know anything. What we do know, some people take to it very well, and others themselves to madness. Those who are infected with madness don't even realize it. Doing what I can, trying to help stabilize them, research what's going on and what's making them go into the insane raving state, turn up like the other three that I've already lost.
Who did you lose?
3 more patients that I've brought
That doesn't answer my question. Who? I want names.
Have their names, I have their patient files, but they didn't really ask them, like their prison numbers.
Doctor, I have a question.
I don't have much of a answer now, do I?
How did the physiology of these patients change?
They changed on a physical level, yes, but something was wrong with them. They started speaking a different voice, almost as if they were a different body, and they would begin to argue with themselves in some 3, 4, 5 different voices, not just putting on a voice. Men's voices, women's voices, cacophony, violent. No one could gain control. They would lose themselves to this. That was when the physical change started. Shift, like something that walked out of the abyss. Examples in my medical journal, like that. I've just been trying to halt the progression of this madness the only way that I could.
That explains the discordant tones. So, out of character, Frank.
Yes.
With my experience with my own manifestation, how knowledgeable am I about the truth behind what a manifestation is?
Probably. Well, the thing is, for everyone else, they have no, frankly, don't really know. For a special particular manifestation, power.
Because of the, yeah.
Yours was developed in a sense artificial, at least in a more natural.
I
It was
take it
the
I
rare
know
case of a
well.
it was the rare case of an intentional manifestation.
Yes.
Mhm.
There was rare instances, and I guess Valjean as well would fall into
Yeah,
this
that's what I was
category.
saying.
Valjean and you are ones that with them, not later them. Valen's also a special case. A lot of special cases.
Well, I was waiting.
Yeah. But developed them through outlet. While Valjean's was passed down to him, yours was a slow and gradual. No, it's very. There were moments and have memories of things that you not happen, at least to you. Memories pop up, memories you know you did not experience. still from your perspective, they still referred to you yourself, but that all blended, and now there's a night where have a dream never been, but at the same time it feels know it like the back of your hand, but you know in your heart of hearts you've never like the memories blend instead of fighting for dominance, meshing together with
Okay. Dim is going to turn to the rest of the group and ask them. We haven't really had a moment, at least as far as I can tell, for most of you, especially Liam and Primrose here. You never really had a chance to really stop and think and have a chance to really catch your breath. But do any of you actually know what a manifestation is?
I do.
Something that manifested inside people, as it seems,
more than that.
since what happened at the tower.
It's some
more
kind
than-
of external projection of a newly developed internal power.
More than that, even.
Burden.
A manifestation.
A burden.
The burden, you know what? That's
A burden.
basic.
Yeah, that's not wrong. A manifestation is not unlike, in a very crude sense, what happened with the night program. Only it was a very vulgar imitation. Manifestation is when one or more souls attach themselves to the existent soul inside of a body. That's what happened with myself. I bound my soul with the spirit of a forest guardian, which is why my manifestation expresses itself the way it does.
Ray, I sent you a message.
From what it sounds
I'll check
like,
that.
these manifested creatures, these people who are manifesting this madness, have been subject to the same sort of manifestation everybody else has, only the souls are not combining with the one that they already possess, and instead are fighting the combination process. There's no joining, instead there is repulsion and rejection. And that explains the discordant voices, the change in identity, the strange action, the anger, the physical changes, as a manifestation also shapes your body the same as it does your mind. If what you're saying is true, it's like a prosthetic limb or a organ transplant, rejecting the owner.
I think I
Yes.
can help out. I can elaborate on it a little more, but you did a pretty good job explaining it.
That doesn't make any sense to me, though. I don't feel well.
Of course, you don't feel. You barely had a chance
I
to sit
feel
down and
different.
process
That
it.
is. Well,
I
at
guarantee
least
you, sometime later, once you've had a chance to sleep, and the soul starts to really the souls start to really integrate with yours, you'll start seeing things, experiencing things that were never part of your life. Your identity will expand as well as change and incorporate these things. It could quite also possibly be that you already had souls bound to you. I remember someone here mentioning something about Legion before. I think it was Genevieve also brought that up.
Legion.
So maybe that's your special case. The fact of the matter is, with these individuals, it sounds like they're not combining properly, and so it's led to a sort of autoimmune rejection. But you were about to say something, please.
Those processes usually need to be gradual, or at least a little bit more gradual. I currently have about 7.
7. I know
And-
of one within myself, the spirit of the brother of Dr. Lazarus, the person who got me forced inside this suit. I don't know about any others.
My manifestation is inherited. It's not like I have 7 different abilities. It's just like it's all
Oh, I
culminates.
assumed you
Yes,
meant
Seven.
7 souls.
that's what I'm that's why I'm casting doubt on this, because I've not had contact with any such souls, and even then I'd know about it. And
Because they're probably a part of you by now.
You know,
But-
all of this soul mumbo
I don't
jumbo
feel
wouldn't have
any of
started.
them.
You guys went tumbling through the life stream. There's no counting how many things you picked up while you were flying through it.
This is
The explosion of the tower virus threw you into what was more or less the afterlife, where people's spirits reside and flow through the planet. I can't even begin to theorize what happened to you guys in there. At the very least, it threw you forward in time, or at the very least
I
kept you
wasn't-
preserved.
That's what
I
it
was-
certainly feels like. I'm not doubting that. It's just I don't feel any of them right now, and that's what's giving me
Maybe it
pause.
needs time. Like Valjean said, this takes time.
More than that,
Hmm.
I'm no studies with
Oh.
knights. Unless the joining process was very unique. Passed down to you. Phenomenon had concentrated. The field study was. I, in fact, didn't know about it, and I dug up some.
Oh,
This is not-
please elaborate. Please elaborate. What are we looking into? Oh, well, that isn't mine to speak about.
And just to
Yeah.
clarify, his brother he's referring to,
Alan,
who
The social
is
media guy?
Yeah, is he the social media guy?
social media
Oh,
got executed.
yeah, that was
If
our
it
bad.
helped.
Yeah, because of his association with us, the fact that we use his account.
And his association with us is due to the fact that we were trying to out the city of Iris for leeching off of dead people's souls instead of just letting them rest out of greed, which is the reason why we have all of these souls floating around and messing up with people. And none of this would have happened if people just let the dead rest peacefully. We were trying to out the truth, and your brother joined us, also wanted to be a part of the truth. But they found him and wanted to silence him forever.
That my young
Your younger brother was brave, not brazen. We lament every day his death, but what he did in the end was brave.
regardless of what passing, I would not. I followed the paper trail. That doctor going on television, hard to see Dr. Jen worked to plastered every.
Yet you have the gall to call us terrorists. Yeah, right. Sure. Imagine how much shit
Found.
the city has put into your head.
Found it what's happened. Sure, the city may have stamped up my brother. They may have killed him. And I have no doubt of that. He wouldn't have died had he not gotten wrapped up with you.
Well, we
I think
wouldn't have
we're
to
just
had
a
to start
coward.
any of this in the first place if the city wasn't leeching people's souls.
Why does that matter
Why
to you?
would you do that?
You're
Well,
alive.
because if I die, I want my soul to rest and be gone with. I don't want it to fuel the energy of some god greedy city. That's awful. Imagine the people you love having their souls turn into something like that. That's terrible. Just let them go.
Stop.
It's their choice. I don't think they're entirely consenting into having their souls turn into that.
Dead. Who can stop the battle of ideals? Point remains. Ever my part now to try and stop suffering, unending. They stamped out my brother. They stamped out my family, for that matter. Most of my titles have been wiped now. Gave them all.
You certainly like using the title prisoner instead of patient.
Yes, because they are. At the very least, they can survive 12 hours 12 days it takes for this onset madness to go. Perhaps I would consider them a patient, but none of them have.
This is the point I'm getting at. They wouldn't be suffering if the city wasn't using souls to...
They wouldn't be suffering had you all not detonated the tower.
The tower wouldn't be full of souls if they weren't storing them in there.
Okay, we're just arguing at each other at this point. Fact of the matter is, could have, would have, should have. It's happened. The city was trying to use souls to fuel something. It was stopped. The tower exploded. All of this happened. Fact of the matter is, people here now are suffering. Doctor, I admire the fact that you are doing something to trying to do something about that. Primrose, I admire your resoluteness in your feelings and in your conviction, in your morals. Doctor, I don't think you're a bad person. Not on first glance. Out of everybody here in this entire compound, you haven't shot at us. You haven't tried to victimize any of us. You have your own reason for your bitterness. I'm sorry your brother has passed. I can't speak on behalf of the people he was involved with. But I can say that he was also his own person, and he made his decision. Just like you made your decision to be here and help these people who are going through this horrible affliction. It just so happens that these people are also our concern and that we care about them. We came here specifically we thought they were just prisoners being horribly experimented on, given the way that the prisoners talked about it. They were being taken away one by one under shadowy pretenses with no information.
I mean, they could still be. I haven't seen anything to prove otherwise.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But right now, you say you're trying to find a way to stop this, to halt the affliction. If we could perhaps cooperate or find some way of working together to make that a reality, I consider that a victory. Right now, you're in a decommissioned theater doubling as a military forward operating base, where it's been apparently turned into a slaughterhouse and may also be, knowing Iris, also on the docket to be bulldozed. Potentially with yourself included now, given the fact that this place has failed, and Iris does not typically take failure very well. Fact of the matter is, we also have contacts and people who can potentially help with this, and people here who are experienced with a little more with the metaphysical side of things. I want to see these people helped. And I don't want necessarily to have more enemies. Take us, please, to these people, and we'll judge things with our own eyes, and you can judge our intentions with your own. I don't see any point in us fighting right now.
Fine. We're not too far. Admittedly, not kept them in the best of conditions. Frankly, retrofitted a small little. Frankly, it was a generator room, the hot water boiler, and well, right, expansion that can't house more than 3 time, and not pretty. Fine.
Needs must.
Victor kind of flashes a side-eyed glare.
She has her helmet on. You can't see her expression, but it's sour.
It's not far. In earshot, absolutely. Make your way to 3 metal doors lined up side by side. Welcome to. Warn you. First 2 doors, they are um they are toward.
I understand.
Well, could give them at least a once over.
By all means, if you have something, I would happily take.
That's right, Liam. You were a doctor, weren't you?
I was. I mean, granted, not quite the type you're thinking of, but I do at least have a little bit of experience.
I'll see what I can do.
Granted, it might take a little bit for it to come back, but regardless,
My expertise is kind of what we need right now.
naturally, I'll do my best.
So, yeah.
I'll try to help too. I don't really know how successful I'll be, but hopefully with a little bit of doctor's guidance, I can get something done.
Naturally. All right.
Brought a new boy.
Right.
That
Millie's
point-
been here this entire, hasn't she? Yeah.
Yes, and at that point, Millie, very quiet, listened to the argument and the explanation. The moment that he says, "Boys at the end of the hall," sprints.
You see, his sister has been worried sick about him ever since they took him without any explanation.
Sister, very dead had he.
Let's not start again.
Oh, then not locked, handcuffed, and to step away to the side and let you all have access.
All right. Well, let's follow her in, and
Uh,
Liam will head on side.
I'm
Millie,
still just gonna keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't pull anything.
Millie sprints down to the end, left, catches herself on the door handle, yanks it down, and pulls the door open, and sprints on inside. Millie, oh, what's wrong with you? Door shut.
Not letting her be alone there.
Hmm.
Dim's going to likewise make his way in and, at the very least, keep watch over her and Billy. He doesn't feel particularly secure right now, given the fact that this whole rampant series of manifestations, the idea that these straight up forced manifestations in a way might be leading to this kind of thing is eminently possible and incredibly scary to him. And so that's why he's not discounting the possibility out of hand. So Dim's gonna open the door and at the very least stay in there, keep her company, and keep an eye on the kids. But also with the distinct possibility in mind that he may have to forcefully separate them.
Now, the question is, all of you will go in 3.
So
Fine.
Well,
I think
yeah,
at the very least it's doing a sweep. It's doing a sweep.
Okay.
I'm staying with the doctor.
yeah, no, yeah, I know. Me and Valjean are going to be doing lookovers of the or I guess looking over the others there in the room or rooms.
Goku.
Yeah.
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 Let's stay with the doctor.
Okay.
Are we still recording, by the way?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
with the
still
doctor.
Okay.
I still have him. I still have him
yeah, so it seems like
within
Valen,
within arm's reach.
literally within arm's reach. Well, it seems like Valen activated. Um, never know.
That'd never happen, would it? Never.
I need an. No, I'm kidding. um,
Bet.
I'll kill him.
I know. We're gonna go through one door. Isaac, Iljan, as you open the door, first realize that there's no light on in, or rather, secure light covered. It would appear sheet kind of been, and as the door opens, light shines. Close the door. Turn out the light, please.
What do you say?
I think that the light is irritating them or causing some kind of adverse reaction. He'll file in.
I'm gonna send you a message real quick. Another question.
By all means.
As that's going on, Liam will approach. Yeah, he'll approach the direction of the voice.
Or I
Say,
would assume.
he'll move in the direction of the voice and he'll asks this man. So what seems to be? How do I ask this? What are you experiencing at the moment? What does it feel like?
A lot to do, a lot of clean. Just can't. Right.
Okay. No, I'm kidding.
I see.
Jolt of his neck, and he goes, "God, it hurts! Oh God!"
Are your Is there something wrong with your limbs? Are they
Oh,
rigid?
my head, my eyes. Oh, oh. Trying to work it out. Trying.
Do I see anyone else like in the room when he mentions we?
There is no one in.
Explain to me who this we is.
Ugh. And he starts hitting himself on the head. They're all in there, and they don't stop talking.
Are you experiencing some kind of was it some sort of psychic attack, perhaps? Some sort of these are you hearing voices in your head?
Oh, that's a little presumptuous to ask. No. No, we. Trying. Silence, no. They've not made it easy.
Who are they?
We're all in here. Round. Been here for a while, and we're just trying to sort things out. Ah! Oh! They
What have you
just
been?
keep screaming. How close are you?
Probably at a like a reasonable distance, like keeping his distance from the man so as not to be too invasive. Probably depends on where he is.
I would say the lights of your body glow. Actually, you have night vision, don't you?
Yeah. I technically would just have night vision, but he would have some like at least some like faint light signatures, like probably by his eyes or so.
Well, Jean, this is where I get to say the
Oh fuck.
stepped in for a second. Hell in the dark. And as you approach, night vision, better view. And by this doesn't have any eyes. In fact, though his hair has begun to fall, and the gown he's spikes chest, back, and biology is kind of wrong.
Liam is going to like make notes of these, like probably like small like analyses, like taking note of the like variables in morphology and kind of keep them, kind of like compile them into like a profile and initial like oh, what's the word,
Breakdown.
like yep, some kind of prognosis or some kind of just superficial profile of him. I mean, obviously he's noting like possible mental illness or some kind of paranormal attack of sorts, paranormal influence perhaps, as he's looking at him.
As you are close, there's a moment where he lurches through the metal of the handcuff that has got him attached. um, clangs against each other, and he lurches forward at you. And please, please, oh, just kill me. I can't. I can't.
I can't do that, sir. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what else to say. That's not what I was here for.
You're no help. We're trying. Failing.
How did he get like this? What happened to him?
Well, we.
But part of the manifestation process.
I don't know anything about that. I just woke up in here. But my lovely neighbors. Oh, neighbor. Thank you, dear. That and him. Difficult, but we're. So I must ask, how
Do we tell him?
We
that's up
tell
to you. It's just not every day that I expect to see many people.
Well, we are part of a association of individuals who are working to help the people of Iris. Yes, we're a hodgepodge of individuals, all working together to try and make the best of make the best out of bad situations. The city of Iris.
Must be some foreign degree. Strange.
What
Oh,
what city do you what city are you from?
Oh well, I know exactly where he's about. He's just crazy. How would you not know Iris? Place. I just walked there the other day.
Where are you originally from?
Oh, I'm from Rich.
Oh.
Liam's going to turn to Valjean and kind of give him a look and ask him, "Are you getting anything from this, Valjean?"
I already know what's happening.
Care to elaborate, or
Not right now. Oh, well, when we're out.
wonderful? I'm making a note here. Huge success.
That
Oh my god.
Portal reference.
Aperture science. We
you
do what we must.
Stop.
Because
We can.
for
Ah.
the good of all.
Anyway, this cake is great.
Liam would be someone who worked at Aperture Science at one point, to be
Yeah,
honest.
Fair, look at you now. Where did you get that portal gun? How'd that happen?
Don't worry about it.
That's
Don't ask
that's just
questions.
Valjean.
That's just Valjean.
He's our portal gun.
Oh, yeah, no, his name is Valjean. Don't worry about it.
I'm right here. Anyways. Where okay, and also remind me, Matt, where is Retier on the map?
Doesn't
On the
exist
map?
anymore. Retier got picked up 25 years ago and lifted into the virus and became the 10th district.
Oh, so around the time I kind of got put in my own little fucky wucky timeline. Okay.
Isn't that just wonderful?
Where are all of you from?
Well, I already. Well, I don't like talking to one, but from a place. Ladrin. Yes, that was it. Taylor. Way over here. I could be anyways. I'm from nation. My sentence.
Oh, really? What were you sentenced for?
Oh, theft. I always have.
How many years were you given?
Well, they haven't told me yet. Waiting. But I've had nothing but visitors. Wouldn't.
That's funny. Who is your judge?
And I don't know. If you're talking about the presiding judge, Corvi Daval.
Does that name ring a bell?
That would be the
I see. Mm-hmm.
several hundred.
Yeah. Oh no, I figured.
Oh, just stop talking to them, it hurts! As he shouts up ever so. It feels like there's a flare atmosphere as body starts glowing just a little bit behind his eye. Well, I should say, mouth begins to glow, and purple fire seems building in his belly. Spits his angry words. Please! Falls out of his mouth. Please! Just leave me alone if you're not gonna kill me!
Valjean's gonna give Liam a knowing look, and then he's gonna begin to walk out of the room.
Well, thank you for this conversation. We'll leave you be.
Leave!
We won't bother you any longer.
and as you touch the door handle, you feel that the metal itself hot.
Valjean, I'm getting heat spikes in the room.
Does he look like he's literally about to explode?
No, he doesn't look like he's about to explode. But with
It's
every
really
word,
hot.
yeah, he's just really hot. No, with every word, he's literally spitting Genesis fire into the air. And normally, while it doesn't necessarily burn, well, and as you all that room, I assume,
Yes.
Isaac.
Yeah, Valjean said he was walking out of the room.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Liam is walking out of the room as well.
Check in other rooms. No, I'm sure there are other people here.
There's one more room prior to. But as you all step out, the doctor kind of looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and he would kind of give the well hand gesture. But he can't because he's still grappled and bound. But he.
Oh,
Well, so far I'm beginning to understand what you meant by what happened before. In fact, I'm beginning to understand this whole manifestation business already.
Yes, it's not free. All I've been able to find is that pump 'em full of enough magic. But shoe, not enough magic. Floating around, I don't have a wound to access. Don't have I found anybody. I mean, that night Lucian for excess that he tossed aside. Gave them their scraps. Enough at bay.
I
12.
create Genesis. I create Genesis.
Actually, if you don't mind me asking, what was the reason for that knight being stationed here?
Well, he was transferred the prisoners. Staging area. Prisoners are then transferred out to the other prison camps throughout the city, and to the farther cities out near Halfdir, Valspar. I would always make the ones who were afflicted with this, got them out before going. Staging area stationed at, and well, I had to fight tooth on his.
Dim, who's been standing in the doorway watching Millie and Billy, kind of kicks himself up off the wall or off the door frame and says, "Valen, did you just say you create Genesis?"
I was going to ask that as well. Knight?
No.
I am.
She'll look towards not Valjean, Dim. Right?
Yeah.
Why do you think I heal so much? Why do you think I'm never hurt?
You know, so I was asking myself that as well. It suddenly makes a bit more sense.
Her
I've come to
eyes
find
will
that
immediately focus on him.
I've come to find that human is a matter of perspective.
I mean, just look at me.
Actually, I crack you open. Are you? You're all very strange.
Let's avoid that topic.
It's a lengthy story.
Let's avoid the topic of cracking people open for the time being.
Yes, I prefer you not crack me open, unless you want to experience what it was like for me to actually get cracked open myself.
Regardless, he's sentient. I don't think that's.
Yeah. Point.
Does it matter if he's human or not?
Point here. We have several people here battling with a manifestation rejection issue. You say feeding the magical Genesis calms them for a time.
I've never doubt that bastard
I happen to produce my own.
Do you want
Primrose.
some of mine?
Many of us produce it.
Yeah, Primrose produces it. Valen here produces it. I produce it. Perhaps there's some way we could help. And we're not going to stick you with the dregs like that knight did.
Rifling through garbage.
Even better. Your working conditions have significantly improved.
I don't have the technology or the means. Isolate your genesis.
Won't be
Magical
necessary.
battery.
And Dim is going to make his way over to the first cell.
Oh,
Deep
the
breath.
light!
Yep.
Deep breath. Okay. And then he's going to push the door open.
Oh! I told you to leave!
Shh. He's going to let the door shut behind him.
Lovely.
Thank you. He's going to keep his voice very low. He's going to start emitting a little bit of mist to try and block too much sensory overload. It's clear this guy doesn't really like the overstimulation.
At this point, actually no, you continue your thing.
My name is Dimian.
Lovely.
He's going to approach a little bit and take a knee. And I know the name of the one who originally resided within this body.
Question to ask? I was liking love.
Okay. Yeah. Dim is going to, with a very sour expression, pull down his hood and say, I'm afraid you're all in a very interesting situation. And I think for the sake of all of you, you're going to need to get to terms with it very quickly. And Dim will approach closer.
We aren't not too planning to do, but my sake, I'd have to step away, boss.
I'm afraid that I don't really have the luxury of doing that. Because right now, you all need a crash course in what it means to be manifesting. And Dim is going to keep approaching, and he's going to take a knee right in front of the person, in front of the prisoner. He's going to reach for one of his hands.
On that?
Dim now knelt in front of the prisoner. He's going to reach for the prisoner's hand and take it in his own.
Hey, boss, man, I think that's real. Manacles tight around here for.
My name is Dimian, and it is also Aza. I was once a knight of Iris, and I was also once protector of a wide forest. We are one, and we are bound together forevermore. And he's going to attempt to establish a connection with the prisoner's genesis and try to show the bond he has with Aza in an attempt to give them a direct demonstration of what a cooperative link looks like. Look within me.
Obviously not attacking.
But I'm.
Roll your mana.
It's
Think what he-
fine. I'm at 4.
Or
Okay,
5d10.
that's an
5d10.
Yeah, 5d10. That's an explosion.
Ooh.
Okay, and the explosion that comes out to a 17 plus. Plus willpower in this case. So that's a 23.
Oh, gee. Good. Moment when you find out that as you. Oh, dear. Fight forward.
I've always been quite bold.
Followed up with the God can't wait! And then room first stepped into felt more like a sauna. Was into as it flows out into that quest, that light drifting as the torrent try and establish a
I'm going to, rather than try and make them establish that connection, I want them to be able to do that themselves. And Dimian taking the prisoner's hand and then looking further within and trying to show them the bond he has with Aza, say, look at us. Isn't it beautiful? Souls working in concert, multiple within one body. That's what you are now. You're a choir. But right now you're singing out of tune. And you need to sing together. Or else it'll be your undoing.
hides within. Moment you see through his eyes, see what you see. Cottage. I sitting out of an old dank, hobbled, manacles attached to the corner, witness blowing and pass by the cave. Not even there. Or witness the third. Working. Factory. Then hampering. Over. Working hard. Grabbed. Now here he sits. Dank. Whaler. For a moment, they seem to respect. These three flickering through one after the other, after the other, after the other, until one purpose. My matter. Sections. Ants. Their witness staring top. Held his one normal hand, one jagged claw, drawn blood from you. So,
It's fine.
witness. In fact, you probably wouldn't have felt the blood trail along down to the simp. They're quiet. Quiet. Body still mute, morphed, formed, monster. Voice still twisted. Vocal cord clearly not entirely off. Bobs. This time.
It's going to be hard from now on. You're going to be more than you were before. And it's not all going to be good. But you have a future. And he's going to slowly get up. He's going to retract the mist. And he's going to breathe out a deep. And then he's going to turn around and gently, quietly exit the room. And as he steps out, the door shuts behind him. For the first time in front of the whole group, with his hood down, showing the scruffy face of a early 30s something, he gives them all a small smile and he says, "There's hope."
What did you do?
Holy shit. My respect for you has gone up way much. Way much.
I showed them what a healthy relationship looks like. Aza and I joined under an agreement. I was dying, and so was she. We were two fading souls that combined to make a healthy whole. These three, unfortunately, never had the chance to make an agreement or to consent to being smashed together by whatever happened when the tower exploded. And so they were in conflict with one another. They didn't even know that they were in a different body. They just thought they were still living their previous lives.
They were far flung too.
Yes, they were. I have no doubt about that. The Soul Stream
One man was for Foundation.
Foundation. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Have you heard of the Abyss?
Yeah, I have.
That's Foundation.
That makes his twisted form a bit more easy to comprehend.
It also makes sense why he ended up like that, it seems.
Mm-hmm. They were rejecting each other.
Curious.
There's three identities and three minds, all wanting to vie over the body. And that's what led, I assume, to his twisted countenance as well as his twisted mind. Now, though, they have a chance to coexist and be something more than they were before.
I think this tower has been taking a lot more souls for a lot longer time, though. From what I was able to get from him, that soul in there, the man and the one that was said he was jailed, has been in there for about, I give or take, 500 plus years.
And the tower has been in operation for quite some time.
Yes.
Still, this does mean that there's hope for the others, and they will be able to recover. They just need to be known the truth of their situation and show that they can coexist with one another. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if that's going to be possible for everybody, but I think there's hope. And I think that's the most important part.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's a window.
A window. Oh, a window as in a space of time.
To event.
At the same time, you also have to account for
Yes, a space of time, yes.
You probably would also have to account for something like compatibility between them, but
Mm.
that's neither here nor there. It's something I might have to might
I
have to
think you're onto
hypothesize.
the right track. My case is like I mentioned, my ability was inherited.
Hmm.
So it's a line of consented people wanting to. So
your manifestation is your ancestors? Interesting.
not exactly.
Oh, so is it?
Well, even so, you inherited it. That means you willingly accepted it.
My mentor gave it to me.
Interesting.
Me and him weren't blood related.
Well, still, it seems like the key factor is one of consent, I suppose, of willingness, of maybe it's just a matter of, and possibly it's just a matter of willpower and suppressing the other souls.
I'll be honest, I'm shocked, pleasantly surprised that that actually worked. That's
You and me both. I had no idea if that would work.
That's very sweet of you, Damien. But you know, as the doctor here said, looks to the scientist, you know, we're terrorists. We're probably not wanted here, even if it is to help.
Oh, shut your mouth!
You know,
This
I guess
is a
we should go.
breakthrough. You can blabber on later. An actual breakthrough.
He has a
Yes,
point.
it
We
is.
didn't. We has a point. He has a point. We are onto something with these manifestations, at least.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, the amount of bodies I've had to bury out back. And starts crying. Oh,
Liam will put a hand on his shoulder and say, "There."
And now she'll retract her sword and leave and just go sit somewhere to think.
No, here's the
Within the
question, Doctor.
antechamber.
Do you believe the powers that be would want you to share this information?
who? I. There's so much to do. We need to help the others, please, please, please.
Well, in that case, you're in luck. We happen to know a scientist who can help.
Point me direction. I don't care who. Madness is.
Well, I don't know if you'd have a particular objection, but we happen to be in league with a certain Dr. Genevieve.
Doesn't look angry. If anything, there's a look of conflict.
Didn't expected that.
I don't entirely any of you, but I can at very least you've helped. I've only been able to lay these risks. Bodies in the ground over the.
Well, then that can stop now. We start here. I think. How far along are the others?
The others aren't nearly as far along. He expecting him to be dead. I've takeover prior to my substitute. Matter of 3 days. With scraps and leftover Genesis, I was out to New. Now I don't know. There's
Well, looking to the rest of the group, Tim will say, well, I know I'm a new addition, but we're already going to be transporting a bunch of sprung prisoners anyway. What do you say we take a few patients with us?
Yes, we should.
I understand if you don't trust us, Doctor, in which case you're free to go. Honestly, I don't. You've seen our identities, but I don't feel like putting another body on the ground myself. I'm in a particularly good mood, and in a particularly non-violent one at the moment. So, the atrocities committed on these grounds notwithstanding, I'm also tempted to say that you seem in a bit of a difficult position, not with very much time to make any sort of decision at all. You can either come with us and become a fugitive of the state, or you can remain behind and see what Iris might do with you if they continue using you for projects, or if they decide that your family line best ends with you.
You never know. That night might come back with reinforcements.
something thing to me.
He's a coward.
He is.
No, it's not
We
the
had
ass
an
end of
encounter
him.
with him, and he ran.
To be fair, I think you outnumbered him. Poor bastard.
He seemed cocky at first.
Most knights are.
But knights are not often equipped to handle knights.
Nor are they equipped to handle manifestations.
My understanding, Luke have a manifestation.
Seemed that way.
It's just Dim
Silly
actually kind of
strings.
chuckles to himself. Like,
Oh,
I
he's
wouldn't
certainly
expect
thrown
that
a
from
rogue
knight whose power
you
is
get with-
basically just worm on a string.
Well, we've certainly thrown a rogue variable into their equation, it seems.
Oh, they're gonna hate us. Iris is going to hate the hell out of us.
Without
Uh,
question. Given what we've
They
done
already
to
do.
several of their knights
What
so
are you
far.
They
saying?
hate me.
No,
Have you
honestly,
But-
have you
Here's the worst part is they're not only are they going to hate us, they're actually going to have a problem actually doing something about it, which is just it feels good.
Technically speaking, I am a one of a kind prototype, and technically government property.
We
So
blew
I-
up one of their mechs. Of course, they already hate us.
I cannot wait to put a stick in their spokes.
I think we already kind of did,
I want to keep doing it.
or at least
You
I
blame
want
this
to keep
for the
poking the bear.
tower.
At this point, I'm having too much fun with it.
I'm gonna hold Dimian's hand and be like, now you get it. Now you get it.
I might as well set fire to the hornet's nest.
Hell yeah. Come on,
Well,
let's go
so-
make
As long as we're not inside of it.
Yeah, let's make troubles for Iris. In the meantime, though, we got a bunch of scared civilians upstairs that need transporting.
Yes, let's start herding them out, shall we?
Do we actually have a way of getting them out of here?
Man, how? And
That
So about
depends. How
that-
many? Well, it depends. How many civilians are in this building?
From a general estimate, for all there, count there were about 30.
Like in
We have a
the-
vehicle
in
that
the
can
prison?
transport 30 people.
Not in the prison.
in the
compound as a whole.
observatory. Okay, that
And
is
that-
including the patients.
That is included. Adding to that.
Okay. Do we have enough vehicle space to be able to transport 30 people? I don't think the van's going to do it.
That might not.
I did just steal 2 other vehicles.
You what?
Yeah, you know the armored ones outside. Did
You
see
found
those?
time for that between being blown up and rifling through the armory?
So, after getting blown
Better
to
time
hell.
management than I do.
Yeah.
On top of that, almost getting killed.
I'll explain my durability later.
Yeah, I think a time to talk and a chance to chat with you all, I think, is long overdue. I say, having barely known most of you for I think a day at this point.
Listen,
Yes,
I'd
once
like to get
we're
to know you all. You seem like an interesting bunch.
likewise. And on
Hey.
top of that, I need some time to nurse this headache. It's been bothering me all day.
Dim is going to like look at Liam and say nothing.
Looks at
What?
the camera.
What?
Looks at camera.
I'm not gonna say I told you so.
Speaking of, I told you.
Eh?
Quest.
Sure.
I need. Not a man.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
That's a save. So that'd be 1d10 plus
1d10.
die.
Not a-
willpower. Okay. Okay. So that's just flat 1d10 plus.
1d10 plus. Yeah.
Okay. That's a 10. Oh my.
Ooh, you die.
So that's a total of 18. I rolled a 10 and a 2, and then a plus 6.
Oh, you exploded. Okay.
Yes.
There we go. There is a sitting there and the doctor statement in his findings that
When do I let him go?
Well, whenever you feel like
Eh,
it.
I mean, I guess it's good to keep him a little tight and cozy for now. It's cold outside, you know? I'm kidding.
but
You can
there
probably
is
let him go.
there is that for a moment lost kind of washes
Mm. Ah.
as if it like it what you just incredibly taxing. However,
I did just kind of
dagger.
touch souls.
Yeah, dagger, and then you feel a
My own hand.
time in years actually.
Mm.
Aza very faintly.
Again, a small smile on Dim's face as he brings his own hand up to his shoulder where he feels it, pats it, and says, "We did good."
Not
And-
take the 100 stamina damage.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah, that would have been instant knockout.
Yeah, you
but
would have
no,
passed out.
Dim is feeling very happy and secure in the fact that he performed his job as a guide today.
I was I'd say yeah, it was actually a 15. But I look at it, yeah, that was
Oh.
good. That was good. You made it. That was a tough one. What you did was very dangerous, but it worked.
Mm-hmm.
With that being letting the doctor go, kind of rubs his wrists out his shoulders. Thank you. Anyways, the boy and the woman I have in there, I don't know their names.
Bite marks will heal.
Yes, I figured. What are you? Next question. I'd love to ask, but at a later time. Quickly, because Lucian has left. I can guarantee you, probably already sent word. I know how fast Irish works, and if I'm being honest, I don't want to be.
Nor would we.
Congratulations, we now have another new face to the rebellion.
Well, don't
How much?
contradict.
No, I'm gonna get us all pins made. I think it'll make this very nice. Anyways, I'm gonna go get the car.
Yes.
You
Well,
said
since
there's
originally,
two.
see?
Yes, there's two.
So again,
You said there's two.
Do you want to drive, Balin?
I drove us once before already.
Capital. It's been a while since I've ridden in an APC.
Same
I get the
here.
ox cord.
Ox cord, you are the ox cord.
I am the ox cord.
I
Actually,
assume
come to think of it, both me and Prim are both aux cords.
When
pretty
Prim and
true.
Liam sing, is it auto-tuned?
We can make it be, probably.
L pain. Anyways, brain pain actually.
There
Anyways,
you go.
there we go. Anyways, as this all goes, and you guys are celebrating, the back door swings open as Millie has dragged the bed frame door and is currently yanking Billy just as hard as she can to try and get it to get him out. As the whole time he goes, I'm sorry. Fine, it's fine. It'll get out. Please stop. Please stop yanking me. Please stop. Please stop. And the whole time she goes, shut up, Tom. Shut up, Billy. And continues to yank.
So
I'll
much
put a
auto-tune.
hand on her shoulder and look down at her with my helmet on and go, I'll help. And I'll attempt to lift the. No, I'm kidding. Should we keep him in his bindings? I'm not sure how to go about
Doesn't
this.
seem like he's
Oh, it's the
dangerous now.
robot lady.
I mean, at the same time, we could try and maybe get Genevieve to fashion him a new one back at the base. Don't know if we have the resources for that, though.
Could you please get me out of here?
I
That's all
can
for
get us
now.
resources. I can.
For now, cut the boy loose. I think he's not a danger to anybody.
Brought him
I'll,
in today. I don't know how long he's been exposed, but very.
I'll cut him loose with my sword.
Of your plasma blade.
Yeah, or then.
And get the handcuff off. Which he promptly throws his arms around Millie and starts sobbing. To which Millie just kind of pats his head, but also kind of like pushes him off. Because he's being.
They're there.
You're fine. You're fine. Shut up! You're literally fine. Okay, stop. Stop! Anyways, while they Billy, who finally looks around, goes, Toku! Oh! Why do you look like that? And... Oh, Isaac! Isaac, you're here! And then immediately he comes running in and just slams his face into your crotch head first for a hug.
Oh!
Well,
Ooh.
I
Rose
told them you'd be here.
stifles
I
a
always
laugh.
told them. I told them that you'd be here. I told them you'd come and burn them all down.
Yep.
You
That's
de-
what I do.
not- you deserve that, my boy.
Looks like you have some connecting to do with more people.
I am so glad. Oh, I am so glad you guys are all right.
Of course. Millie's scary. I've told you that when you gave her that gun.
Gave a kid a gun?
Well, he
Listen,
didn't about it to be. I don't think. Shut up.
You know, I believe it. Little Tyke tried to stab me in the neck when we first met.
Gotten away. Not really you all this.
I did tell them that they need to defend themselves if need be. So
Yeah, I don't blame them. It's just I've been stabbed by one child and then attempted to be stabbed by another. At this point, I'm just waiting for Billy there to just actually better I don't finish that sentence.
Oh, I know. Hey, you're lemon. Don't do that to me. I've had a very hard day, and I don't want to keep having hard days. I'm very tired, and I just want, I want Rorik to
Definitely
come
sip.
home, and I'm very tired. And
Billy's right.
Billy.
Definitely siblings.
You guys have been through a lot. It's
Okay.
just all
Hey.
get home, all right?
Actually,
Who wants to go?
now that you
Who wants to
mention
ride Who wants to ride in an armored car?
Oh,
Two armored cars.
field trip.
rode in an armored car over here. I'm okay. Come on,
Mhm.
Billy.
Actually, speaking of Rorik, has anyone heard word from him? I remember he was actually one of the good ones.
Didn't he go missing?
She
Yes,
did.
Isaac.
Hmm.
But when thing kind of started, Rorik was very loud about well, first he came down very hard on the criminals. Realized that he left all of the kids down. Most of the warehouse cleared out, and ones who didn't with him scattered. But Rorik was there in the big fight, and off he find safe. That Isaac.
Hmm.
I hope he's okay.
Of course, Isaac. Of course, Rorik's okay. The strongest. He's always been the strongest. I've seen him lift a car.
Yes.
No, smug. The smile tugs at Dim's face. Okay.
Well,
Coming to find him. Hoping to, at the very least. Adams attack on
Hmm.
that big old blast.
Hmm. No, that wasn't Rorik. What was the name of the dragon? Pillow Knight?
Karn. Not Karn,
Yeah.
I apologize.
No,
That
Karn was the Rose Knight.
Karn was the Rose Knight. Yeah, no. That was Jorn. There we go.
Jorn.
Jorn Vettel.
Yeah.
yeah,
Jorn
hold
Vettel. That was the big mean dragon that did all that.
Oh, that right wanker. I know about him. Bastard. Ugh. The one who was always talking. So gross. He was slimy. He yelled at Rorik a lot. On TV.
He
yes.
definitely made a show on TV. Okay.
Rorik and Boris and Torrent, that one. All over Ausa. Launched some big attack against. Haven't heard from them.
Let's talk about it more when we get back to the base.
Go, please.
Yes.
I don't want to be down here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look to the doctor. Are you coming with us?
Very aware of what I'm the old.
Hmm.
Don't know if I'll stay with you all. I can't.
I don't envy your position. Yeah, I don't envy your position. So, yes, I suppose the doctor will be coming with us. Though he can always ride in a separate car if you like.
Please.
Well, then so be it. Let's go get those civilians. They're probably worried sick at this point.
Yeah, on top of that,
Also,
we should probably
the other
report back to
patient.
Genevieve on.
So there was one more patient, I believe? A woman, you said?
Yes. Actually, comatose. I brought her down here. She fell into a days ago. Get away.
That's worrisome. Who here
Signs of
feels...
Some mad,
I probably...
violent. Yet to find. Well, I've yet to find something that is completely. I see signs, but we can. I can discuss all of my findings later. We need to.
Who feels secure carrying a fully grown adult?
I mean, I can just seal him away for a bit and then let him out once we get home.
Is that
Can-
safe?
Yeah, can they breathe in there?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, just
Right.
Why did you
Doku
say
went
yep,
there.
Doku? Oh,
Because Doku
I
got
see.
popped in there, remember?
Ah,
Because
yes.
of the helicopter.
Anyways, I guess she'll go in there for safety. Temporarily.
Handcuffed. Loud generator. And doesn't necessarily have signs of things being wrong. But she looks dead. Best way I can say.
Oh.
And Fray. Like that. Eyes are
Dreaming. Might be some quirk of her manifestation. Now let's do that.
Victor
tell me
walks
what-
kind of pocket, handcuffs, and steps back very quickly. Silent.
She's completely comatose, yes?
Well, wasn't at first. Actually very amicable down here. Well, takes. Then brought her down here for cautionary sleep.
The only reason I ask is because my ability can work pretty well on people that are willing, but people that are unwilling and want to break out tend to be quite tiresome.
Now I don't
Oh
believe
please,
argument.
please do tell me. Oh please do tell me. I want to hear all the theories. Anyways, tell me when you want me to do it.
Take her with. Obviously, I now decides again. Later, well, we'll know.
Yeah, I'll know. But first, anyways, you ready for me to do it?
Well,
Okay. And with that, I'm gonna seal her within my area.
face. Whoop. Go fight.
Oh my god, she died! I'm kidding.
Yeah, she just got wrapped.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I raptured.
She's dead, Jim.
And
Really
then a
kind
random NPC appears in the card in the Pathfinder party.
of watches and gonna put me. Oh, you.
I don't believe so.
I don't see why. You can walk on your own.
Yes, I'm quite happy with that. Let's go, please. I don't want to do that. Goodbye. Please let go. Shut up. And the pair exhaustedly start moving down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go.
Tim is going to draw his hood up and follow.
Yeah.
Kind of gives a glance back to the area. Turned in his clinic, and along the way he up his clipboard, which clattered to the ground when he when he grabbed, basically knocked over. Something dust it off. Read this. Hey, horn guy. Biljan, that's your name, I think.
What, horn?
Not of a horn. I could have sworn the art that you posted.
No, I don't have a horn. No, I have
Oh.
hair.
With the
Oh.
hair.
Air guy.
Hair.
Very specific.
Yeah, no. Instead he'll go
Oh,
portal man, whatever. How many of those things can you away?
What a scientific term.
what exactly? People?
Well, anything. Is
People,
there a limit?
Larger scale things. I can roughly put a whole armored car in there, but I probably couldn't hook to the tank. I'd have to cut that up a little bit.
I'm saying how many of them can you?
Oh, unlimited. Practically.
That is
Very
sick.
tiresome. It's very tiresome to actually put a lot of things in there, but roughly, I can put a lot of things in there. Why do you ask?
Fire test. Whatever. I have a.
Well, I think
filing
it's unlimited. Quite big. Quite big in there.
Before we get into this. Concept of brain. I have a filing cabinet. Something I found down here. Storing the records of the patients I've been keeping. Thing I brought.
Is it right in front of me?
No, it's probably like down in the probably past it on.
Oh, okay. Show me.
Well, he keeps heading down the way and he points to this. It's like a 2-drawer filing cabinet. He kind of taps the top of it and goes, "My last year of work. Please be careful with it."
And then Valjean's gonna haphazardly just.
Whoop.
Okay, out of here.
Just before that, Dim realizes they forgot something, and goes back into the first cell to retrieve the first patient.
Oh yeah,
Go up to him. Yeah,
just abandoned
go
him.
up to him, sort of snake an arm underneath one armpit, thread bring the other guy's arm around the back of his neck to just like support him and stand up and say, "Sorry to do this. I know you want to rest, but we'll get you someplace where you can take a load off real soon. For now, I need you to walk a little bit." Oh, okay. In that case,
It's dead weight.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, sorry about this. And it's gonna try hauling
help.
the guy with him.
I'll
Like
grab
this
the
help.
other side on the arm. Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate it.
bit of aware as well, or if you okay.
Wakes up and he's in the middle of nowhere.
Oh boy.
He's in the middle of a fucking padded cell. Just
Oh
I
no,
knew it
not
wasn't-
again!
I knew it wasn't a dream.
Oh, damn it!
Where's the boiler room? Now the bumper room. Yes.
no.
We just need to get this guy into the car at the very least.
I believe segue.
I like to pull up at the APC.
AP
Was-
knocked over and thrashed from the explosion.
What was the other car that was free? Because I
There are
was told there was two cars, and one of them was
yeah,
an.
there are
I-
two
I'm-
armored Humvees. Silly little
Sorry,
Humvees.
sorry, that's what I meant.
I sealed those away. Oh, remember, I
Right,
sealed
yeah,
those
no,
away.
not APCs, armored cars. That was
Yeah,
the
the
difference.
AP
Oh, my
exists,
bad.
and it was blasted away from Valjean's
Yeah,
detonate.
that was my mistake.
You're all good.
Oh wait,
Oops.
yeah, okay, that was wait. The cars are in your inventory, you say, Valjean?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, in the moment you ask for it, I can swap it out. Would you like
'cause
it?
Well, yes, because Val left the scene because they were going to go fetch the vehicle that doesn't exist. Oh well.
Yeah,
Alan
no,
walks
right.
outside.
When
Where's
I,
the car?
no, when I was removing the debris, I also told Matt that, hey, I'm gonna, since I can seal large size objects, I'm gonna steal away the cars.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Regardless of that, we're all heading out.
Yes.
Up. One walking, one unconscious. Ladder. Though it's definitely not easy. Half modified who is on complete dead weight up this and quiet. Are
Too quiet.
here. No, I'm kidding. Fuck you.
Damn it, not again.
Not helicopters again. Yeah, no.
Vehicle, please.
Is she just looking at me? Just says
Yes.
Hand out.
Your fortunate son.
that.
playing
Hands up.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll drop I'll plop the vehicles in front of her.
I get in one.
Hop in the APC.
The next time,
Upside down.
the
the
the quote unquote APC.
I mean, what?
The
Oh, climbing.
car's people and it's armored. It's an APC.
I will.
What are the big walking things from Star Wars called?
The ATSTs.
That I keep getting confused with that. When you say ATC, I think of those things.
Yeah. Regardless.
Yeah. But I was about to say, I was thinking of either like AT-AT or ATST.
Yeah, no, there are no AT-ATs that you have found yet. Anyways,
Yet.
We have found yet.
Listen,
Yeah.
Iris has had a lot of time to build up their military forces, and when they're in peacetime, instead of using that to develop their, they just keep making better weapons.
I mean, given that we are technically a fledgling rebellion, we are eventually probably going to have our figurative Battle of Hoth at one point.
That's true, and I fully expect that as you continue to build resources, I hope people are keeping a markdown of everything they've gotten so. But anyways,
We can hope.
We've gotten things.
you just got two armored vehicles with turrets and about 30 survivors. Admittedly, most of them are kids.
We never went over how much weapons I was able to steal. I know I was able to steal half, but I don't know.
We'll go over it. We'll go over it after session, because this is where I'm gonna end up starting to wrap the mission. Unless you all have something to like to do prior to wrapping this.
I have something very important.
No.
I like to unroll the window of the armored Humvee, wearing sunglasses, and offer to everyone else, why are there so many sunglasses in here?
There are a lot of sunglasses. It's standard Irisian sunglasses.
Clearly, the night program, or we call it the night core, and it's silly areas never really change their priorities. As Dim takes out one of the sunglasses, flips it open, puts it on underneath his hood, looks around inside the vehicle and says, "I can't fucking see." Takes it off.
It fucking.
Rose puts a pair of sunglasses over her helmet.
Liam takes a pair of sunglasses, kind of just looks at them a bit, tries to put them on, looks around, and says, "Yeah, no, I can't see either. I have a better idea though." He takes off the sunglasses and just deploys like a holographic visor over his eyes.
Dim also brings up a finger for a second and goes like, "You also don't have any ears, but anyway."
Yeah,
I have these, and he's like the two kind of fins, or kind of like they're kind of like crests on the side of his head, like.
It does surprise me how articulate your face is. You can get eyebrows.
It certainly feels like I'm getting a lot more articulation out than I did before, at least as far as I can tell. Then again, that was kind of the point, but I'll explain later.
Yes. I guess we get the civilians loaded up into the 2 armored cars. And we hightail it out of there.
I offer sunglasses to each and every one.
Yeah, no. Loading the uniting, a lot of them running over to Isaac. Especially, I would say honestly, more than half of them, probably about 20 of them, ran over to Isaac. The other 10 had been there prior, and they were pretty much getting ready to be shipped. Isaac of a small gathering as um whole gathering of gathered basically celebrating, and several people hugging everything, confident.
I'm gonna let them, let it all out. But after a while, I'm gonna kind of, do the gesture to tell them to be quiet for a moment. Listen, I'm glad you're all safe. And I'm glad that you knew I was coming for you. But I need to apologize anyway. I told you I'd keep you away from this shit. And they kept knocking down our doors anyway. I should have prevented this from happening in the first place. And I failed you with that. I'm gonna make it better. I promise you that. We're gonna go home now. I want you all to get some rest. It's gonna be food, it's gonna be drink. And moving forward, we might have to relocate because obviously they know where we stayed. But I promise you, this isn't going to happen again. I'll make sure of that. I'm done sitting around. From now on, I'm taking the fight to them. And not just me. I've got a couple of heroes at my side. And I gesture over to the rest of the guys and girls.
Oh, shut up with your corny speech.
I'm just happy my son has friends.
Let him have his speech. They've earned it.
There's not in doubt apprehension. That being Billy. Hail to the king!
I hate you.
And then a solid thump. Oh! But then, while they don't repeat that sentiment, there's a unified agreement. Silent nods. From what apprehension. Rallying. They're ready. There are some children that are ready to kill, and that's not good, and you probably won't allow
No,
that.
not at all. Nope.
Not nipping that one in the bud.
Yeah.
Neo-Knights, unite!
No.
Neo
Doku-
Knights!
Yeah, Doku's gonna be leading our child soldier corps. How about that?
God. No. I'm, Isaac is. I mean, this is kind of removed from what's happening at the moment, but Isaac is more than willing to teach these children how to kill if need be, but he will never, ever send them out there. It's literally just so they can protect themselves and their loved ones.
Oh, look at that. What a humble king you are.
Well, if you just step up from the leadership Iris has got right now.
By one.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
Ride back is not a short. Well, I guess. I mean, loading them up. Split between armored, ragged, scuffed. They all make your convoy ramshackle to go long. It is an absolute a large crater on the absolute mess to the west gate, and now 3 vehicles. Not a pretty sight. Iris, guys, well, it's cause of celebration. Drive back is thankfully out of.
Me.
No.
No!
You can't
No.
reach the fucking
No.
gas pedals. Absolutely not.
Goku's gonna.
I can drive the third car.
Just go beep boop beep.
Doku,
Hey Primrose, do you know how to
Doku's gonna-
drive?
Do we have to like tie bricks to your feet or something just so you can reach the pedals?
Doku's going to need like a submarine periscope just to see.
You okay, love?
Yeah, so body hurts. That's okay. Um,
Drink water.
I am. In fact, it was drink water that is. Anyways, I probably have a reason.
Drink more. No, I'm kidding.
You better drink more water.
Making your it's relatively rival. Some of you are bloodied, and others are roughly about 30 armored vehicles. Thankfully, no lives lost. I'd back around Genevieve. On the crest of horizon, just as you alleyway, and eventually parking the moment of rest, and unloading and offloading. Question actually, back to Jen, or are you going back to the scrap yard?
I guess we. Wait, you mean immediately with all these people in these 3 cars?
Well, to be
Might
fair,
I would
most of them
say,
they live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The issue
My-
becomes is is there any
is there enough
items?
space?
Well, is there
Question.
space, but also
Probably.
is that place was just a battleground yesterday? Are they still
Yep.
occupying this the space there?
Exactly. The
think
the
it's
scrapyard
safe
is not an option right now.
Fair,
Absolutely
smart.
not.
Understandable. I just need to. Anyways, that look to hovel in the ground, themselves
Um,
out, free again.
Quick cut in. Though I just said it's not an
Man.
option to have them to go there right now. I meant that in the context of where do we bring these people? I am going to take one vehicle out maybe not today, but the next day, and I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna see what the situation is like and what I can, get back to the people.
I think that is
Yeah.
next session, as
Yeah.
of some time to rest, celebrate. First lashed out against out. Frankly, not something that I expected, but you get out of that night,
And also for Primrose and Liam, they finally get to take a breather
yeah, I finally get to
after having
Yeah.
just came back
Yeah.
after what was it, 2 years?
Yeah, no, not
A
2
year,
years,
about a
a
year.
year.
Oh,
Yeah,
a
and
year.
a couple months.
Primrose, for the first time, is considering drinking.
I mean, you did get to enjoy that nice beer
Yeah.
earlier.
That was
Nah.
a little bit. Maybe
Oh no,
something harder
Uh,
now.
it's a dark past. Dark path.
Valjean's probably gonna go into Donnie's room and be like, "Hey, Donnie," and then just drop all the tech and all the weapons he
and
fucking
all the
stole.
Oh
people.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no.
did have
God.
something I wanted to say. Wait, is it Johnny? Donnie.
Donnie.
Yeah,
Donnie.
that's a later thing. I had like three things I wanted to do. One involving Donnie at the last, but then the first before that, talking and saying something to Isaac and Demian.
Those two save the Donnie thing. We're gonna say that before you guys actually
Mm,
down and rest.
it's more private.
Oh, okay. Well then, you guys have arrived at the hovel and haven't gone down yet. There are alleyways and things around you. Granted, most of them are burnt, but if you time, you have it here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as everything is getting situated, and we're unloading people, getting them inside, getting everyone a space to rest or to eat or something to drink. I think Prim would wait, no matter how long it took, even if it was only possible to do this right before everyone beds down. She would go to look for, let's say, Isaac first. Whatever he's doing, I don't know.
Who's doing?
Isaac?
I'll mute it. Isaac is definitely sticking with these civilians, making sure they're taken care of. Um, for any of those who might be too weak, too injured still to walk, he's gonna carry them personally.
Mm,
He's gonna make sure they're at least situated with somewhere to sit or to lay on comfortably,
yeah.
and whatever in terms of food, drink, maybe some blankets, um, the hovel, as you call it, can offer, he would bring it to them to make sure they're taken care of first.
Yeah. Rightfully so. And during an intermission, Primrose would approach Isaac and with his back turned, she would kind of bring out Alsar's sword with the sheath still. It is sheathed, and she kind of nudges Isaac on the back of his shoulder blade with the hilt of it.
If you're trying to kill me, you gotta try harder.
No, that's for another time. Right now, I wanted you to have this, since belongs to your member of your own flesh and blood. He handed it to me, but I think you should have it.
Then he turns around, looks at the sword, back to her, the sword back to her.
She's got her helmet off.
Look, I appreciate it, and I get where you're coming from, but I maybe be putting on a big show, man. I mean, I got the guy's name tattooed on my fucking back. But in reality, I didn't get to know Elsa as much as you guys did from what I heard. I owe him a
Does it
life,
matter?
that's true. But I think he deserves that soul more than I do right now.
That's another reason.
Hmm. I disagree, but if you won't accept it, there's not much I can do.
I'll hold on to it for you. How about that?
Yeah, I just. I'm not really trained with these sorts of things. If you can believe it, I think you'd get
Mm.
better use out of it anyways.
You were swinging it around quite well. I mean, not as good as your other fancy blade thing there, but I wouldn't want to be at the end of that. Cut my bottle clean in half out of my hand, and no less.
Hmm.
You owe me
You
that beer,
know,
by the way.
fair enough. And leaving the sword with him, she will leave to go get 2 cans of beers.
Hey, Primrose.
Beers. Yeah?
That's your name, right?
Yes.
You're alright. Thanks for being alive.
Easier to not be, but, you know, we've got shit to do.
You don't got the luxury. Yep.
Thanks anyways for everything. You
Don't
take
thank
a
me just
punch really well.
yet. Well, grew up strong and mean.
Good. And yeah. She'll go get drinks. Oh yes, that as well. But yeah, looking for more like isolated like part to talk because just as a bit of metagame, she's gonna compliment him and she doesn't want anyone else to hear.
Well,
Uh,
well, there probably would be a point where Dimian, when everything's calmed down and they've potentially got the civilians situated, where he would take a little moment to himself away. Just kind of like he's got a handful of seeds in his hands that he's kind of like picking through, and every now and again he'll mutter something under his breath, and his hand will drift up to his shoulder.
You okay there, Dimian?
Oh, talking to myself. Yeah, it's a unfortunate consequence of the whole condition. Also, I was thinking about how we got this whole blasted wasteland upstairs. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like shit. I was thinking that either when we've got downtime or after all this is done, that I might start trying to promote some plant life in this place, help nature reclaim it a little bit, beautify the area. If nothing else, it can help hide our movements. A bit of tree cover would do a lot for keeping the civilians safe, I think.
That is true. I think it would help. I don't have much experience with plant life, so I trust you
Eh,
to take lead on that.
oh, I appreciate the vote of confidence. You look like you've got something on your mind. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I was wrong about you. At first, I kind of assumed you were this naive, peace-loving, tree-hugging hobo.
oh my
But,
god.
Not entirely wrong.
yeah, true. But,
I do like peace, and I do hug trees on occasion. And I do not have a home currently. Besides, unless you consider this bunker that.
But you are actually very wise from what I've seen so far, especially given what you did back there for the patient. That
That was
that was
mostly Asa,
impressive.
I would say.
Well,
That
still.
was. I will say this much. Whatever seems to pass for wisdom coming from me came from making a lot of mistakes. And if that helps people, then I'm very happy. And I'm happy that it's improved your impression of me.
Indeed. I mean, making mistakes is part of being wise. So,
Comes with the territory.
yeah. Just wanted to commend you on that and say good on you for helping him out. You relieved his pain.
I wasn't
Which
even
is very
entirely
good.
certain it was going to work. I'm just happy he's better.
I mean, the attempt in it of itself is already good.
Well, it could have also completely annihilated my own soul if I'd been,
I mean,
less
yeah.
successful. It was incredibly, reckless of me to do. But I saw I heard how much pain he was in, and I saw what he was going through, and I considered the bond I had with Asa, and I thought, well, I kind of wish when I found out that there were people who were having these rejection cycles, I was thinking that they're forced to go through the manifestation process. That's horrible. It's like what Asa and I created was a bond both out of necessity but also out of a mutual wish to guide people and help them. Not everybody comes to that understanding with the souls that bind to them, and when I saw that, I just couldn't help but wish that they could be a little more like us.
Yeah.
And so I considered that, and I tried my best to show them what that looks like. And I'm just glad it worked. I think we could all do with someone helpful looking over our shoulder and guiding us.
Yes, I agree. So yeah,
That,
good work, soldier. You still stink and smell bad, but
I'll look forward to having a bath sometime soon. But it doesn't just go for the patients, though. It goes for everybody here with the manifestation. The process is a gradual one, and it's not always an easy one, even for the people who have a stable bond. So I don't know if you've talked to the soul that's with you yet. You mentioned you knew them.
I've been able to communicate once as we were falling from the tower. But he said himself he wasn't going to be able to communicate much after that. So I don't know if there's a way.
I think with time, and when he's had time to rest and heal, maybe you'll be able to talk more. But
Maybe
it's gonna be like any relationship. You're gonna need to be honest with each other, and you're gonna need to communicate, and it's gonna define a lot about how you come to grips with the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I can only hope and wish you smooth sailing with that, because in the end, it's always just up to us to make it work. That's how it was with the patient. I just showed him what to do, and I showed them what to do, and they worked it out themselves once they knew what success or a healthy bond looked like. After that, I didn't need to do anything.
Makes sense.
So the best kind of job is the one where I barely need to lift a finger.
Yeah, I bet. My situation is a little more complicated. Well,
yeah,
I guess you
it
could
would
say that
be.
for everyone. But yeah.
But hey, you complimented me, but I gotta compliment you too. You held your own. I wasn't entirely certain how the fight with the knight would shake out and with all the guards. There was a lot of firepower up there, but you guys acquitted yourselves pretty damn good.
Well, Isaac and Valen did a lot. We just kind of gave it our all.
And that's all that can ever be asked of you. So yeah. Not sure if it means much because I technically am a deserter, but from one next night to another. Good job.
You too.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Hey, can you DM? Can I get your DMs?
Oh yes.
and yeah, Dim is going to return to cultivating and sorting through a batch of seeds.
You have what?
I clicked my DMs. 15 messages, and I went, oh.
See, yeah, that's the reason why on my other monitor I always have Discord up, because OBS stops your notifications because Discord has stream mode. So it stops you from hearing pings. Yeah, I got used to that after the first few sessions where I would I'd end the session and then go to my Discord and see that my players have been sending me DMs the entire session. I never realized.
Well. Sorry.
Well, I know Liam's going to be I know Liam was holding Valjean to what he had said before, so they're likely going to be having a little bit of a chat off to the side.
Welcome. Or else it's up to you. We can do it right now if you'd like.
That depends on everyone else, I guess. Really. Yeah.
I am ready for it when you. Gotten out everybody's. Whoever would like, whoever you like. Entirely up to you.
Okay. But yeah, I guess Liam would be the one initiating that, though.
Yeah, Liam for his part would probably be. He'd probably be like somewhere like off, probably like how would I say this? Probably where some of the computers set up here would be. He'd probably be hooked up. Probably be like surfing the web, like just trying to collect like information on like what happened in the past year and however many months he and Prim have been gone for, just catch himself up, really.
He's on Bibliopedia right now.
Yeah. he's trying to get caught up on all of the lore that's transpired.
Just don't go to pineapple farms. Don't go to pineapple farms.
Pineapple farms.
Oh.
Don't go on 5 Sun.
5 Sun, yeah.
And while he's doing that, he's probably also like doing some like, I guess some like diagnostics on himself just to see like what's changed about him.
Fuck, I still have that disease. Shit. How do I still have that on the brain?
Damn it! I still have that virus. I thought I patched that out.
I still have bonitis, even though I don't have bones.
I don't have bones.
Do I still have schizophrenia? And looks over in the corner. Looks back. No.
Other than that, he's fairly, well, not like completely preoccupied.
Valjean's gonna just poke his head, not through the door, but through the wall using one of his abilities. Like, hello.
Hello.
Ah, hello, Valjean. Don't mind me. I'm just doing some calibrations and catching up on things.
What is this Pineapple Farms?
Don't worry about that. I'm not clicking on that either. It's a link that keeps popping up. Quite frankly, I've noticed a lot of people on there have been quite talkative.
You see, Liam is spending most of his time on sod.
Lonely Sparasta in your area. What do these even mean?
It's a picture.
I don't know.
It's a picture of what do you call it? Shit, what's his name?
Tuare.
Shit, Tuare's mistress.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was gonna
But,
say his thickums, but no, he's thickums.
But anyways, I'm assuming you're here to talk about what you had mentioned before, because I am holding you to that.
Well, you're not physically holding me, which is good.
Don't push it.
Anyways, what questions do you have?
Simple. How do you know what you know about this? How do you call it? You seem to know a good deal of what was happening to that man back there. The one who was physically mutated by his manifestations. That man. The way he reacted to light was very bizarre. Not something I'm familiar with.
I really wanted a fun chat. Anyways, we need a new change of scenery to talk about that. And then Valjean's gonna snap his fingers and he's gonna boop them into a different realm.
Whoa! At least give me a moment to get unhooked. Ugh.
I also checked. I also brought in like the technology and shit.
Really quick, I'm gonna have to leave to go make dinner.
That's okay.
So,
Aw, damn.
That's all right.
All got a
okay, nice.
Oh.
100. Oh!
Ah.
Woo-hoo.
You guys were in a stretch, and you guys did. I have no problem making. It was just gonna be 75, but you guys. So.
That was gonna be
Nice.
25.
But anyways.
Well, it was 25 per session.
Yeah, anyways,
and,
Liam will unhook himself from the computer that has now been teleported with them. And he'll stand up and straighten himself out.
Oh wait, so
Turn to
wait.
Valjean and say, oh, right, so where are we?
We're in my little realm. Silence, much more quiet in here.
What-
And also,
What is this place? As he's kind of looking around.
You think I know? I had this passed down to me from from other person. He had, and vice versa with him.
Well, regardless,
What do you know about it?
I just know a long time ago, a bunch of judiciary figures and foundation had this ability and they used it to enact their justice, and I am the latest one to inherit it.
Hey.
Jailers, wardens, however you wish to call it.
So effectively enacting judgment on particular entities, or what?
Imprisonment.
Imprisonment. Who are you imprisoning?
Now that's a little secret.
Huh. Sure, you can't at least offer a hint, some sort of...
Not really a secret. More so, who I was imprisoning.
Oh.
Yeah, about 20 years ago, there was a. Valjean's gonna put do a little two air quotes breakout. That involved me having to go back to home nearest to check in on it, and that only led to me coming out 20 years later.
So time works differently there.
In a place that's usually a huge Genesis void. Yes. Yes, it does.
Liam's like what basically counts his brows is appears to furl as he kind of is in thought, just thinking. And he turns back to Valjean and asks, "How is that even possible?"
Oh, that's a longer story.
See, I'm not familiar with planar mechanics, so I can't really make much comment on it. But even so, it kind of like rubs a hand along like the top of his head. This is beyond my scope of expertise, but even so, I can't help but ask. What else is there?
What else is where? Or what?
Like, where you come from?
Well, is it not obvious?
I mean, I suppose it is. But even so, being in a place like that, inheriting this position, it's he's now just kind of rubbing the back of his head, trying to process all of this. First I come out of being in whatever state I was before. Then I get thrown through a portal for about a year. And now I'm being told there's another. Where do I even start? Where does anyone even start? I suppose. If I were to make any sense of this, it seems like you are someone who is acting as a vanguard, trying to protect against some sort of external forces, maybe keep certain otherworldly forces in line. Am I correct in saying that?
No, what I was keeping in line was from this world. Or what I was supposed to be keeping in line.
What happened?
He broke out.
And now you're tasked with looking for him.
Well, I guess it's not the only one that can do it.
I mean, have you had any leads so far? Any points of reference, evidence?
That is a good question, Fray. Do I have any leads?
Looking back onto your pro accounts.
Oh yeah, I did. For some reason, I didn't think I knew that.
That you saw all of that.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Well, for one, the Counts of Iris.
Counts of Iris. What about them?
What about them? From my observation, they're all just pieces to one single thing.
So it goes deeper than we thought.
Yes, quite deep. Hundreds of, if not hundreds of years deep.
Liam is going to kind of find probably like the nearest wall and just kind of brace himself against it.
Poor
This is. I'm sorry. This is.
What's so deep or confusing about it?
It's just. I'm a neuroscientist. But as a scientist, it's my job to ask questions, and even then, I feel like if I ask more, it's going to lead me down to something that's going to overload me even more than everything already is. Uh,
Well, do you have a less painful question? Mine pain.
well, what's our connection with Isaac? Because you and Isaac clearly have some sort of clearly have a history, father and son kind of connection. How'd that come about?
Also dropped him off at my doorstep 20 years ago.
Oh, so he's a surrogate son, an adoptive son.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, that makes sense. But why the bad blood? What happened?
You remember how I mentioned I got stuck in a time loop for 20 years?
Because he went to the abyss.
Yes, and I didn't want to bring in a child on that adventure. What kind
And
of surrogate father would I be?
That is true. Just judging by, I suppose, the nature of the abyss, at least from what I've been able to glean, I do not blame you. But at the same time, was it not a hard choice?
It was easy.
Easy. He was
Of
like
course
a
I did.
son to you, wasn't he?
I mean, yes. But I also have a duty to uphold.
That's true,
I
but
was going to pick him up after. I didn't expect to get thrown in there for 20 plus years.
were you familiar with the place beforehand, or did it simply fall into your lap?
What fell into my lap?
Going to the abyss.
Well, it's where he was imprisoned.
Hmm. Did you know you would be in there for 20 years? Or it just happened that way?
Just happened that way.
So
I get the
time seems to be variable. He says he's just kind of muttering to himself.
Seems like that tends to happen in places of high Genesis concentration. Look at the tower incident that just happened recently.
That does actually seem to make sense. Everyone who was involved in that seems to have been pushed forward in time at various points. Interesting. This is starting to make me want to expand my field of research into Genesis mechanics, because, well, at least I touched upon it a little bit when I was working on Project Ardent.
I don't know what those words mean.
Well, I suppose I asked you questions. I suppose it will make sense.
I have no questions for you.
Not curious?
Frankly, no. I wasn't in Iris prior to all this happening. I was up in Corsa.
Hmm.
Met with Alsar's mentor, if you could call him that.
Alsa's mentor. That explains how he knows you.
Or it's not even really his mentor, but more like when he was like very illegitimate, not child, but it's hard to explain. Illegitimate great, and then he starts going off.
Ah. Trying to think of what else to ask because all of this, as fascinating as it is, it's filled with heavy information. Hmm. How many of you has there been, jailers?
I'm the 8th.
The 8. How far back was the first one?
Quick question, Fray. Are you thinking about wrapping this up soon?
Yeah, but I've already handed out XP. Sure, you guys can keep.
Oh, okay. No, so that question again. Jake,
How
I
far
just didn't.
back
I
was
just
the
don't keep
how
up.
far back was the first one?
Fray, how far back was the first one?
From 7th year, 9th year. But first one, then when there were double digits on the calendar.
Subtract 800 from the current year. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit less.
Liam kind of pauses for a moment to calculate it, and then kind of sinks down to the floor along the wall. That long?
Yeah, it's quite astonishing, isn't it?
Almost 1,000 years. Okay, I mean, I probably should have expected that, but at the same time, that's a chasm of time. Kind of doing like probably like whatever the mechanical equivalent of rubbing his temples is. If only I could feel my temples, damn it.
I would have a headache if I could feel my head pressing.
After that, I'd guess the next one was maybe 50 or 60 years after. Then after him, around another 50, 60 years. And that just keeps on going until it got to me.
Hmm. Is it a heavy responsibility, do you think? No.
Well, that depends on which jailer you ask.
What do you think?
If you ask the
Does it
first one, who is in here somewhere, I just had to go looking for him, he would say yes.
What about you? Do you think it's at all a heavy burden to bear, being one of these jailers?
No, that's the toughest question you've ever asked me.
We all carry some kind
I
of
would say,
burden, don't we?
I would say no if the, I would say no if the thing that broke out wasn't out. So I'd say right now, yes, it's quite stressful, quite burdensome.
Huh. I would ask more about that, but if it's a bit more of a secret, then I won't prod much further.
Not really a secret. It's more like it's a long story.
Naturally, this already feels like a textbook's worth of history going into this.
Goes all the way back to the Fool King, or well, before he was touted as the Fool King.
I see. He's going to pick himself up and kind of rise back to his feet. I might have to ask more questions another time, but I think right now I'm going to need some time to nurse my head again. I do
Yeah,
thank
people-
you for this. I hope I wasn't too intrusive with the questions.
No, I wouldn't say so.
It is all in the nature of science, even if it's outside of my own expertise. But
I'm no
hopefully not for too
scientist.
much.
I just know I can. I just know I can control this place. And books upon books of law that
Ah,
that are no longer used.
think I knew a fellow who went to law school. Told me he wanted to be a judge one day.
No, these
Told me if he was any lucky, he'd probably become a knight himself. But don't think he ever decided on that.
no, these laws are funny though. They label criminals as evildoers. I feel like it's so blown out of proportion. Anyways, I take it that's
Evil?
it.
See,
Archaic terminology.
Oh, is it sort of like this man defaced this other man's car? He is an evildoer and shall be
Yes,
forced.
exactly that way.
Don't taunt Hammurabi.
Liam hears a voice in the back of his head saying, "Do not invoke the curse."
Do not invoke the curse.
Up in a river.
He just finds himself floating down a river.
Down by the river.
But yeah, I think that'll conclude this for right now. I will have to ask you more about it sometime, but for now, I think I need a more of a break. It is a lot to take in.
Of course, take your time.
At the same time, I do envy that intuitiveness. I suppose a lot of us have that sort of intuition in us to control what we have, even if we aren't fully trained in it. These manifestations.
Aren't you able to make psychic blades?
I am, but I never chose to.
Oh, I thought he already did. I thought he did that out of character. I thought he did in game.
Well, yes, I can. I can control them, but it wasn't the life path it wasn't the life path. It wasn't the life path I set down.
Yeah, I don't think you choose to be a robot.
Some choices in life you don't make.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that statement.
Isn't that the truth?
Anyways, and then I'm just gonna boop them back into the real world again.
Thank you for that. Hang on a moment. I might have to push this computer back into place. Thank you again for this.
Mhm.
As he as he starts like shimmying the computer back into like it's probably on like a like one of those like pushable like tables or
Yeah,
like cupboards.
yeah, like a little
He's like
cart,
pushing
yeah.
it back into place and like plugging it back in.
Mm-hmm. Have fun. I'm now gonna go explain to Genevieve and Donnie about how I got all those weapons.
Yeah, yes, I've been meaning to talk to them as well. I've been meaning to help Genevieve out with the locating of Genesis wounds and whatnot. But yes, no, I wish you best of luck with that. I hope it goes well.
And that, where I think I'll call it.
Sounds good.
Long. Mostly a narrative session. Which I'm not upset about by any means. Good end to wrap up this. This. You all get your destiny dice back again. 100 XP.
Look, Looks at
25
DM.
um,
You know damn well what I wanted to use. I wanted to use a Destiny die on.
I know, I'm sorry, Jules. I didn't get the bading. Don't worry. There'll be another opportunity. I promise. Anyways.
Hey, where can I find all the boons?
You can make them up, or they're on the Empire document. They're an upgrade, but boons are on your own. Like you gain an additional attack, or you raise your defense by 1, or you one of your stat ranks by 1, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wait, did we get 25 XP for like the last 2 sessions, or was it?
So it would get. I generally like to think that I dish out roughly anywhere between 25 XP. But this is our first foray.
Oh, I was asking like per session because I got confused. I was like, were we supposed to get XP last session?
No, I
it's
always consolidate it
good.
to the end. Yeah, I always consolidate it to the end of the is how I want to do it. But technically, there is no proper way to do it. I could have out 25 in between, but I felt like it was better to give a lump sum for you guys. That way, you have a little bit more to spend on, a little bit on. Yes, that is 100. I gave out an extra 25 for your first proper mission, and from here, depending on how long the missions take, it'll be anywhere between, like I said, 50, 25 per session, depending. Yeah, just take the extra 25 as a good job. You guys made it. So I will see you all next week. Excuse me. Dying. This was good. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all did too. Like I said, not as action-packed as the last session, but damn well fun still, I would say. And I will see you all next Saturday at the very least. Now that we have everything working for Simple Walk, and
Yeah.
then next Sunday as we pick up
No.
Scrapyard. It sounds like go and see the damage done. Look, pick up next time. There, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun, and I will.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for running.
Yeah, of course, anytime. Okay,
Yes,
everybody,
absolutely.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Upper